Welcome to Xenium's Section 125 Benefit Plan Overview. During this presentation, you will learn about this benefit and how to take advantage of tax savings by participating in the plan. Because your employer has a flexible spending account, you have an opportunity to make choices that help you tailor your benefits to your family's needs and save money each year. When you participate in the flexible spending account, the amounts you pay for health and dependent care expenses are exempt from most taxes. This means that your tax deductions are lower and your spendable income is higher. For most employees, flexible spending can mean hundreds of dollars or more each year in their pocket. In general, you will save 15 to 31% of your redirected amount. When you participate in your employer's flexible benefit plan, you elect to have a specified amount of before-tax dollars deducted from your paycheck each pay period. Basically, there are three areas in which you can make before-tax elections. The first area is company group health insurance premiums. Before the start of each plan year, you'll be able to elect some of your upcoming wages to be redirected through the plan. The money elected will be used to pay for your portion of the insurance coverage that is offered to you. The portion of your pay that is contributed to pay the premium expense is not subject to federal or state income tax or Social Security taxes. In other words, the plan allows you to use tax-free dollars to pay for insurance coverage, which you would normally have paid with wages after taxes were withheld from your paycheck. Health insurance premiums that are not managed by your employer do not qualify toward this plan. The second area for pre-tax savings is unreimbursed medical expenses, and the third area for pre-tax savings is the dependent care flexible spending account. A flexible spending account may be established for reimbursement to you for any out-of-pocket medical-related expenses that you elect prior to the expense. Each pay period, the pre-tax amount you elect is withheld and forwarded to the account established for you and is available for reimbursement upon submission of a valid claim. To determine what your per pay period withholding amount is, determine what you would like for your annual election amount for reimbursement throughout the year. Divide the annual amount elected by the number of pay periods in the calendar year. An example of this would be 720, which is the total annual amount elected, divided by 24 pay periods is $30 per pay period. This is the pre-tax amount deducted each payday. These expenses can be valid co-pays, deductibles, medical, dental, and vision expenses not covered by your insurance, unless considered cosmetic, eyeglasses, exams, contacts, or LASIK eye surgery, chiropractic care, acupuncture, orthodontia, although special rules do apply, prescription drugs, over-the-counter medication, and only with the doctor's prescription. There are several expenses that may be associated with health or wellness that are not eligible for this benefit. You will want to make sure that you do not include any of these projected expenses when calculating your estimated unreimbursed medical expenses for 2015. These include any cosmetic procedure or drugs associated with cosmetics, health club memberships or weight loss programs, any type of vitamin or supplement, hair transplants, or over-the-counter medications without a prescription. It is important to note that as of January 1st of 2011, there have been changes to over-the-counter medications. Over-the-counter medications and drugs, other than insulin and other specified medically necessary items, will no longer be a reimbursable expense through your Section 125 plan, unless prescribed by your doctor. To receive reimbursement for any over-the-counter items that you must submit both a receipt and a valid prescription from your provider to Xenium. Examples of over-the-counter expenses that need prescriptions include antibiotics, pain relievers, cough medicine, cold medicine, anti-itch cream, or allergy medicine. Examples of over-the-counter expenses that do not require a prescription include insulin, blood sugar monitors, contact lens solution, crutches, and denture bonds. Section 125 Dependent Care Benefits. The second part of your benefit covers dependent care expenses. You may elect this option to reimburse your family's daycare expenses or elder care. This benefit provides reimbursement of expenses for child, elder care, or handicapped dependent care required for you or your spouse's employment or your spouse's education. Expenses can be reimbursed for live-in care, babysitters, day homes, licensed daycare centers. You may not be reimbursed for expenses paid to one of your tax dependents, for example, your spouse or one of your children under the age of 19. The maximum amount that you may elect for medical expenses through this plan in 2015 is $2,500. Expenses may be incurred by you or your eligible dependents. The IRS also allows you to elect up to $5,000 per calendar year for eligible dependent care expenses. If you're married and filing separately, the maximum election is $2,500. Your dependent care account works differently than your unreimbursed medical account. The dependent care account works like a checking or savings account. You will only be reimbursed for what is in your account. For example, if in January you have $400 in your account, meaning that you have had $400 deducted from your pay pre-tax, and you submit a receipt for daycare in the amount of $500, you will only be reimbursed for $400, and then you'll be reimbursed the remaining $100 when your dependent care account has that amount to reimburse you. There are some risks associated with the Section 125 plan. The IRS now allows either a $500 rollover amount or a grace period. Our plan offers you a grace period of 2.5 months, January 1st through March 15th, to incur expenses against any prior plan year balance. We believe this gives a greater flexibility to participants than the $500 rollover rule. However, any balances left over after the grace period are forfeited. With careful planning, no forfeitures will occur and can be avoided. Although the plan runs from January 1st, 2015 through December 31st, 2015, you actually have until March 15th of 2016 to incur expenses. You will need to submit all receipts by April 30th of 2016 to claim your money for the 2015 plan year. Any money remaining in the plan after April 30th of 2016 is forfeited. Once you have elected your amount to redirect for the plan year, the only way it can be changed is if you have a qualifying event. In the event that you are eligible to make a change due to a qualifying event, you must do so within 30 days of the qualifying event. Examples of qualifying events include marriage, divorce, birth of a child or an adoption, or change in job status. Receiving your reimbursements is quick and easy. To receive reimbursement on unreimbursed medical expenses, you will need to complete the Section 125 expense voucher and send it to our benefits department. The reimbursement form must be accompanied by a receipt or explanation of benefits indicating the name of the provider, date of service, type of service, your cost of the services, and for whom the services were provided. Canceled checks are not permitted for reimbursement. To receive your reimbursement for dependent care expenses, again, complete an expense voucher and send it to our benefits department. The reimbursement form must be accompanied by a receipt from your daycare provider indicating the provider, the date of service, description of services, your cost per service, and for whom the services were provided. Claims are processed weekly. If you submit claims by noon on Wednesday, you will receive reimbursement on Friday. If a claim is received after noon on Wednesday, the reimbursement will occur on the following Friday. You can find forms and additional information at our website at www.xeniumhr.com and clicking on Login at the top right-hand side of our homepage. Xenium also offers the convenience of a pre-funded benefits card that is attached to your Section 125 account. The card may be used for qualified medical expenses at qualifying merchant locations that accept MasterCard. This eliminates your need to provide out-of-pocket expenses up front, since the money comes directly from your account. Your card may be used for co-payments or co-insurance for eligible health-related expenses, prescriptions, and eligible over-the-counter products at participating merchants. You cannot use your benefits card to pay for dependent care expenses. Because your Section 125 plan is an IRS-regulated plan, you should always save your receipts for purposes of the IRS. In addition, Xenium may need copies of receipts to verify eligibility of expenses and to comply with IRS rules if the merchant has failed to process your purchases appropriately. The cost of the card is $1 per card issued, and there is a $1.50 per month fee deducted from your paycheck each month. Whether you participate in the benefit card plan or not, you can always check the balance of your Section 125 plan by visiting www.wealthcareadmin.com and establishing your account. Employees should complete the 2015 Section 125 enrollment form and return it to the benefits team at benefits@xeniumhr.com or via fax to 503-352-1764 before December 20th. Eligible employees that would like to have their portion of the group health insurance premiums deducted from their paycheck on a pre-tax basis should initial next to number 1, health insurance premiums, on the enrollment form. Eligible employees that would like to participate in the dependent care flexible spending account should enter their annual dependent care election amount under the dependent care flexible spending account section, number 3, on the form, and then divide the election amount by the number of pay periods to determine the pay period deduction amount. Eligible employees who do not want to participate in the medical or dependent care flexible spending accounts should mark a 0 under the annual election amounts. All employees' signatures are required at the bottom of the form, regardless of whether or not you are enrolling in the plan. If you have not received your Section 125 election form, you can access the form on the Xenium website at www.xeniumhr.com. Once on the site, please click on the Login button on the top right of the form, and the enrollment form is posted under the Benefits Forms section. For further questions, please contact one of our benefits specialists regarding your Section 125 enrollment or to make a claim for reimbursement.